Hey Steadies! I just wanted to take a little time today to tell you about some of my favorite inexpensive things around the house. So I raided my kitchen and my backpack and I found my favorite cheap multi-use kinds of lifesaver situation items, and well, here they are all arranged for you. To start out with, I always keep envelopes wherever I go in my backpack with me, and a pen. And if I don't have these, I'm sure to take some little containers with me. This is for seed saving. Let's say you're walking around town and you see a beautiful poppy plant on the sidewalk and it's going to seed. Well, you're going to want to save some of those, right? So I always keep this with me and I quickly write down what they are. And maybe I make a note of which season I collected them from and where. Like you could say, for example, Telegraph at 70,000th Street, and then you know for next year where they're going to be again. Something else that I always like to use would be my green clay mask. It's my cat in the background. Green clay mask, and you use that with raw apple cider vinegar. And this comes in a really large container from Whole Foods, and it's something like maybe $10, and it'll last you something like 3 years. And it's really amazing. I don't like to mix it with water because it gets all globby and it's hard to get a nice consistency. The great thing about apple cider vinegar is I actually like the smell. It's added benefit to your face. This stuff is really good for your skin, clarifying. So you add that, and for some reason they're really philic with one another. They mix really easily, it kind of foams up, and there's just a lot less time doing the prep work if you use this cider vinegar instead of just water. Another thing that I love is my raw, local, organic farmer's market honey. I'm almost at the end of this little guy, but this stuff is amazing. I love to eat it. It helps with allergies. It gets your body used to, your local allergens that come from pollen. And besides that, you can also use honey on your face to cleanse it, and it's really gentle. It's an antiseptic. Honey has a million uses and it never goes bad, so I love it for those reasons. Baking soda can be used for laundry, in your hair when you're showering. Supposedly it can make your hair look fuller. I've even heard claims that it reverses hair loss. I don't know how true that is. But very multi-purpose, very, very cheap. I think this entire thing was something like maybe $2 at the most. Something else that I love to collect are jars. When I'm done with applesauce or something else around the house, I save that jar and I use it for my nutritional yeast. You can sprout your garbanzo beans in here. I even use this on the go, like this is my thermos. Just don't lose the lid. And super handy, super amazing, super recycled. Instead of just, throwing those things away, keep them, use them yourself. This is my turmeric. I have been using turmeric powder to brush my teeth lately, and I love it. It will stain your toothbrush. It will not discolor your teeth. They stay orange for maybe 3 rinses and then they're back to white, even more white than before. I think it's been doing a great job with my teeth. So I use that, and I've heard that fresh turmeric is much better than powdered, but I have yet to try that. Powder works fine for me for now. Another thing that I love is my tongue scraper. This is a stainless steel scraper that I got on eBay for something like maybe $5 including shipping. And you just use it every day, scrape your tongue. You'll be amazed at all the white, nasty stuff that comes off. And it helps with breath. I think it helps with plaque, and I just love it. In that same vein, we have our dental floss. Very cheap, maybe $1. So many uses. Not only is flossing one of the most inexpensive, wonderful things you can do for your health, it also can be used as thread. I always like to keep my needles with me for sewing projects on the go. So if you don't have thread, floss works just as well, and in fact it's even stronger than most thread, so that's great. Electrical tape, good for bike repair. If you're in a bind, that was a pun and it was terrible, you can use your electrical tape. More things that I love are my stevia. This is actually alkalizing instead of using processed, disgusting cane sugar all the time like I used to do as a child. Now I use stevia, and it's an excellent replacement. Getting less of that bad acidity in your body. I love my exercise bands. I got these very inexpensive. This one has not very much resistance, but you use that for exercising, whether you're doing Pilates or stretching. It's nice to get some extra tone in there. And then this one is even more resistance. This is 4.5 pounds of resistance, and you just use that. So yeah, those are a few of my favorite things. I think I'm forgetting some, like I keep sunscreen with me. I work with kids, and this is one of those things that you always need. So this is some homemade sunscreen. I added some aloe in there as well. And here is my body room spray, and it's wonderful. This is a mix of vodka, rose geranium essential oil, and then sweet orange essential oil, and I like to add a little bit of peppermint in there as well. And it smells amazing. I love to use this. It's calming. If you're ever sitting in traffic, you just spray one or two, and it's awesome. So yeah, thank you for being with me, and I hope that you enjoyed some of these tips and maybe you learned something. I would be happy to explain stuff further if you'd like, so just give me a little comment below. And yes, thank you, studies.